Conservative Party leader Kemi Badenoch wants to ban migrants from using the ECHR to fight deportation in UK courts. In her most significant policy announcement to date, she wants to disapply the Human Rights Act for all immigration cases by calling for a change in the law that would stop people from challenging their deportation on human rights grounds in the UK courts.
I think it's one of my jobs as an elected parliamentarian to make sure that our domestic laws are respected, that dangerous foreign criminals are removed, and we can't allow these inventive and frankly common sense defying interpretations of the ECHR by domestic judges to stop that. And that's why we're tabling this amendment. We've thought about it very carefully, we've analysed it very carefully. It will make a real difference, and that's why we're going to table it in Parliament tomorrow, Monday, and we're going to force it to a vote in the Bill Committee and then on the floor of the House.
The Human Rights Act, which was passed by a previous Labour government, incorporates the European Convention on Human Rights into British law. What the Conservatives are suggesting is an amendment to the government's Border Security, Asylum and Immigration Bill, which is currently at the committee stage, that would disapply the Act in immigration cases, a policy which would give them a clear political dividing line with Labour.
We're going to force it to a vote in the Bill Committee and then on the floor of the House.
Under the ECHR, however, migrants could still appeal against deportation to the European Court of Human Rights in Strasbourg.
Now, it's important to say that in this proposal, we are still saying in the ECHR, so people can still appeal to Strasbourg, but many of these most ridiculous judgments that defy common sense come from the British courts.
As Cabinet Office Minister Pat McFadden has pointed out,
two quick responses to it. First, they had 14 years to do something about this and didn't. Secondly, it looks like an outsourcing plan, so that instead of these cases appealing to British courts, it would all appeal to the court in Strasbourg. I don't think that really deals with the issue, and I'm afraid it's symptomatic of the kind of gimmicks without action that we saw for the long period.
So you'll vote against it? We're going to try and force a vote in Parliament?
We won't adopt that amendment.
It's not the first time we've seen something like this from the Tories. Remember their Rwanda plan?
It disapplies relevant sections of the Human Rights Act.
Just listen to that again.
It disapplies relevant sections of the Human Rights Act.
He actually said it with pride. During the coming weeks, when you hear Conservative MPs say this,
look, of course we believe in rights, but where you have courts just constantly expanding the definition in a way that was never contemplated at the beginning, when these rights were enshrined 70-odd, 80-odd years ago,
but again,
it gets out of hand.
Please remember that human rights are universal. If we start stripping away basic human rights from any section of society, then none of us has rights. Just privileges that can be taken away by people in power whenever they want. Is that the kind of country we want?